Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you dermatologist tips for a proactive approach to managing your eczema. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Andrea. I'm a dermatologist and I upload day in the life of a dermatologist vlogs as well as skincare related sit-down content. So if daily vlogs aren't your thing, check out my playlist where I share sit-down videos of dermatologist tips for various skin disorders and skin concerns. So I encourage you to stick around and subscribe for more skincare related content from a dermatologist. Eczema is a chronic inflammatory skin condition characterized by patches of itchy, red, and inflamed skin, as well as dry patches. It's due to a combination of both genetics as well as contributions from the environment. If you suffer from eczema, it's key for you to understand that there is no cure for eczema. It's a chronic skin condition. It frequently starts in young children and oftentimes improves by the time you're a teenager. However, it can and often does flare. So a proactive approach is key. And today I'm going to share with you some tips for doing that. First and foremost, know your triggers. A variety of things can trigger a flare of eczema. What triggers your eczema may differ from what triggers another person's eczema, so pay attention. Scratching creates micro tears in the skin that predispose to the outside world and can precipitate a pretty bad flare of your eczema. So what to do? When you start feeling a little itchy, rather than scratching the surface of the skin, apply a cold compress. Use a thick and greasy moisturizing cream to soothe the area, or use an anti-itching cream. One such itching cream is Sarna Original. You can pick this up in your drugstore. I find that it feels really nice on itchy skin if I keep this in my refrigerator and put it on the skin when it's cold. It's common for people with eczema to have allergies, both to the environment as well as allergies to foods. One thing I will underscore though, it is very unusual and uncommon for food allergies to cause eczema or foods to worsen eczema. Therefore, elimination diets have no role in managing eczema. What's actually more common is that you might develop an allergy to something that comes in contact with the skin, like neosporin, nickel, or dyes in your fabrics. So pay attention. If you notice that your eczema flares after you're exposed to something that you put on the skin, try avoiding it. Aggravating the skin can also trigger a flare of eczema. Using harsh soaps, hot water, and drying agents dehydrates the skin barrier, robs it of its natural moisturizing factor, and makes it susceptible to flares of itchy red rashes of eczema. Since harsh soaps are known to dry out the skin surface, people frequently ask me, what's a good soap to use for eczema? The fact of the matter is, you really don't need to use soap except for on your face, armpits, groin, and visibly soiled areas. If you feel that you need to use soap, and you're wondering what's a good one to use, I encourage you to expand the descriptor box below, as I've listed my favorite skincare products for eczema-prone skin, including body washes, soaps, detergents, and anti-itching creams like Sarna. Lastly, probably one of the most predominant triggers of an eczema flare is stress. Stress is likely to be encountered at some point in your life, and it can kick off a pretty vicious flare of your eczema. It has a unique role in eczema, however, because when we're stressed out, we have poor sleep. Poor sleep can actually exacerbate underlying itch associated with eczema. That leads to scratching. Increased scratching further increases itch, which further impairs your sleep at night, which further worsens your stress. It's a vicious cycle. And understandably so, parents become quite stressed out when they see their child suffering with itchy flares of eczema. Children detect this stress and in turn become stressed out, neither helping the situation. So be aware of that. Make sure you're taking good care of your emotional health and getting restorative sleep at night. So you've identified your triggers and your skin is doing well. Don't get too comfortable. Daily moisturizers are key in managing eczema and in being proactive in preventing flares. Moisturizers containing ceramides are excellent in eczema. Again, I encourage you to expand the descriptor box below for a list of moisturizers that contain these ingredients. One thing that many people don't realize is that it's been shown that sweat on the surface of skin prone to eczema can actually precipitate a flare. So one tip for being proactive in managing your eczema is to be sure you take a short shower immediately after exercising to remove sweat from the surface of the skin. Next up is probably one of my favorites, and that's to wear comfortable clothes. For whatever reason, for reasons that are poorly understood, certain fabrics, particularly wool and synthetic fabrics, can be very, very irritating on eczema-prone skin. So stick to cottons. Another tip is to make sure you wash your clothes in a mild, fragrance-free detergent. And in the description box below, I've listed some fragrance-free detergents that are helpful for eczema. Also, avoid the use of fabric softener, as this can also be irritating to eczema-prone skin. And lastly, I want to leave you with some bathing advice. Take short showers. Avoid using harsh soaps, particularly on your legs and arms. There's really no need to use them. Apply a thick and greasy moisturizer to wet skin immediately after showering. By applying moisturizer to wet skin, you seal the moisture onto the skin, drive it back into the skin where it belongs, and help keep a good control of your eczema. Alright guys, so that's going to conclude this video on dermatologist tips for managing your eczema. So give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!